What is up, YouTube, Facebook, and the Paradigm Day Trading Group? Thank you very much for joining us on this episode. We have a lot to cover, but first and foremost, I want to thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, and also thank you for joining our absolutely free Discord. It doesn't cost you a single penny, and there's a lot of awesome traders in that group that I want you to be a part of. We're constantly talking about ways that we can improve our trading, some technical analysis that I know you'll absolutely love if you are just getting started out, some swing trades, some short-term trades, and some long trades, okay? So I really appreciate you guys once again. If you haven't already, check out this merch. We got some Paradigm merch. If you haven't checked this out, check that out. And of course, we also have some t-shirts that I would love to show you real quick. Boom! We got some t-shirts. We got the Paradigm t-shirts. Guys, if you are interested in having one of these, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section or in the messages in the Discord. Either way, we will get you a t-shirt. It only costs you $15, so just go ahead and give me a shout out and we will get you hooked up. All right, guys, so as you can see here, we are looking at Apple, guys. We called Apple on Sunday. I said it is primed for a run. If you watched my last video, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and it absolutely did run, as you can see here. Now, whenever I'm looking at my trades, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a tight consolidation, as we see here. There's consolidation on that white line, which is my 200 4-hour EMA. EMAs are very important. That's what I trade on specifically, and I want you to get used to doing so, guys. It's very important here. So as we saw some consolidation. We saw a little minor drop off, a little push above the 200 EMA, and of course we had a follow through with all of our lines underneath our candlesticks that gave us a solid representation that Apple was going to move in a solid direction. I even called it on my Discord. I said, screenshot this, it's going to run 300%, and sure enough, it absolutely ran 300%, and all of my Discord members benefited from this. But I want you to pay attention to this. This wasn't the only runner. We had ARK that ran 60%. Let's look at that. ARKK. Of course, we waited a little bit to jump into these trades. As you see here, we had a big drop off here. No worries. Let's see, was it yesterday? Yesterday we entered this position. We could have entered a little sooner, but no worries. We got to it nonetheless, and it ran about 60%, which is exactly what we were looking for and exactly what we got. We got a 60% runner, which was solid. I am personally still holding this trade because I really think that it's going to bounce off this 200 line and continue its momentum upwards, okay? However, things can change. I did scale out quite a bit, so I'm only running on pure profits right now, which is very important, which is what I teach my Discord members. Always remember to scale out, okay? Very important there. The other one that we did have was HD, Home Depot. Now, I was looking at this not so much as a swing trade. I did see some momentum running, and it actually absolutely gave us exactly what we were looking for. Let's zoom in here. So I did see a sell-off here. We are close to our 200 4-hour line, which is possibly telling me that maybe I should look for some calls out a little later. But nonetheless, I did see the possible trend here. Now, some might call this the bear flag, and it could be a bear flag, but I did see it break this 20 EMA, which I told all my traders to get into some call options, and sure enough, we did profit quite a bit. I believe this run was about 60% as well, if not a little bit more, and it definitely paid off for us. So that was a solid one right there. Another one that we are looking at right now is RKT. Now, this was one that did not go as planned. However, we are still in it, and we are still hoping for the best. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this here. The reason why I called out this trade was because I saw the possibilities. Typically, when we're looking at penny stock movers, okay, we are looking for a solid push up, and then of course it comes down to consolidate a little bit before the next leg up. And typically the next leg up is going to be the massive swing. So that is what I'm looking for, okay? We are currently right now sitting on the 200 EMA on a 4-hour chart, which is right where we had that nice solid push up. So I'm assuming, I'm really hoping for the best here, and if not, we're going to take our losses at a 30% loss and move on, okay? We always look for a 30% loss, no more, no less, okay? As we can see here, of course, we did have the solid push up, and we see this time and time again. Same thing that we saw on Apple. Apple had a push up right here, tested that 200 line, had some consolidation for about 2 or 3 days before it pushed up once again and made more consolidation. Okay, so if you were in on this trade at the very beginning of it, you could have easily made a solid move. Okay, but this is what we are looking at going forward. Okay, we still have some plays playing. We still have ARC. We still have HD, which again, HD is running just on runners, and that's it. I scaled out most of my position. Rocket is our only loser on this weekly watch list that we had. But let's look at one that I know is bound. It's ready for a push in the upward trajectory, and that is Wish. Wish is going to be a solid mover, and I'll explain to you why. Again, if we're looking at Apple, if we're looking at Rocket, if we're looking at ARC, if we're looking at all these stocks that I just mentioned to you, we see the same pattern. We had a nice solid push up, and it allowed the 200 line to cross over, our candles to cross over our 200 line, which is that white line that you're seeing there, okay? And now we have the consolidation period. Typically what happens is it consolidates for about 3 days, and then it pushes higher, okay? So, and sure enough, we had the drop off, okay, which is, we know it's going to happen. We have a solid push up that we hadn't seen before. We had a nice drop off because people want to lock in their profits, and then we had consolidation for 2 days until we had another push up on the third day. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 on the fourth day. Okay, now the difference, what I'm seeing here than what was before. Okay, what I'm looking at here is that we had all our EMAs consolidating. Remember, whenever I told you, when you have the EMAs tightening up, we are ready for a big move. So I saw this big move. I told my Discord members that it is now time to jump into the position, and sure enough, I really think that we are going to surpass this 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. As you can see here, this is the white line. Like I mentioned before, we tested it once, we tested it twice, we tested it over here, but now we are very tight, and I think the push is imminent. So I did tell my Discord members we are looking for a July position. July 16th, I believe, is the position that I told them to get in. It didn't pan out today, and that's okay. We want to catch these movers beforehand. Same thing like Apple. I caught the move beforehand. It consolidated for a day before a solid 300% run up. So this is what I'm looking for, guys. Very important. I really want you to pay attention to this. I know that sometimes whenever we're trading, it sucks because we are having some consolidation. Nobody likes consolidation, right? Everyone hates consolidation because it's not going into their favor. Theta decay is eating your positions alive, and so forth, okay? It's just not looking pretty. But at the end of the day, patience pays. Patience pays, and I am a firm believer in that. And the reason why I want you to just calm down, take a second, look at the bigger picture, because we are going for a run. I told my Discord members, screenshot this. This is going to be a 300% runner on Apple, and sure enough, it ran 300%, and I think it's going to do the same thing on Wish. So just be patient, guys. Be patient. Again, guys, my name is Mark. I really appreciate you joining this episode of the Paradigm Day Trading Group, where we are going to the moon. Guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and remember, don't stop trading.